Hello everyone, and welcome to Dr. Carminati's YouTube channel. I'm so thrilled you're here today as we dive into a mind-bending topic that bridges the worlds of quantum physics and human consciousness. Today's video is all about quantum consciousness, what it is, how we might measure it, and the latest discoveries that are shaking up our understanding of this mysterious connection. Whether you're a science enthusiast or just curious about the universe, I promise to break this down step by step so everyone can follow along. If you enjoy this journey, please hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Let's get started. Imagine this. The universe is buzzing with tiny particles, electrons, photons, and more, dancing in ways that defy everything we know from our everyday lives. This is the realm of quantum mechanics, a field of physics that studies how things behave at the most minor scales. Now, what if I told you that some scientists believe this strange quantum world might hold the key to understanding consciousness? That elusive sense of awareness, thought, and feeling that makes you, well, you. That's the idea behind quantum consciousness, and it's what we're exploring today. So let's start with the basics. What is quantum consciousness? At its core, quantum consciousness is a hypothesis that suggests our conscious experience, our ability to think, feel, and perceive, might arise from quantum processes happening inside our brains. Unlike classical physics, which governs things like gravity or the motion of a car, quantum physics deals with probabilities, superpositions, and entanglement. For example, a quantum particle can exist in multiple states at once, like being in two places at the same time, until it's observed, at which point it collapses into one state. Some researchers propose that similar quantum weirdness could be at play in the brain, giving rise to the rich, subjective experience we call consciousness. This idea didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's been around since the 1990s when two brilliant minds, Sir Roger Penrose, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, and Dr. Stuart Hameroff, an anesthesiologist, teamed up to propose what's now called the Orchestrated Objective Reduction Theory, or OR for short. They suggested that tiny structures inside our brain cells, called microtubules, might be the stage for these quantum events. Microtubules are like the scaffolding of neurons, giving them shape and helping them function. Penrose and Hameroff argued that inside these microtubules, quantum particles could enter superposition, existing in multiple states, and then collapse in a way that's not random but orchestrated by the brain itself. Each collapse, they say, could correspond to a flicker of conscious experience, like a single frame in the movie of your mind. Now I know what you might be thinking. Quantum stuff happens in labs with super cold temperatures. How could it work in my warm, squishy brain? It's a fair question. Critics have long pointed out that quantum effects usually get washed out in warm, wet environments like our bodies, a problem called decoherence. However, Penrose and Hameroff argue that microtubules might shield these quantum processes, keeping them stable long enough to matter. It's a bold claim, and it's sparked decades of debate. So quantum consciousness is this idea that the brain isn't just a classical computer crunching data, but a quantum system weaving together the fabric of our awareness. Let's build on that and move to our second big question. What is a quantum consciousness biomarker? A biomarker is like a clue, a measurable sign that tells us something is happening. In medicine, for example, high blood sugar is a biomarker for diabetes. A quantum consciousness biomarker would be a specific, detectable signal that shows quantum processes are linked to consciousness. Scientists are hunting for these clues because, if they find them, it could prove or disprove the quantum consciousness hypothesis. One promising candidate for a biomarker comes from those microtubules we mentioned. Researchers like Hameroff suggest that if quantum effects in microtubules are real, we might see changes in how they behave under certain conditions, like when someone loses consciousness. For instance, anesthetics, which knock us out during surgery, might disrupt these quantum processes. If we could measure a specific quantum signature, like the coherence of particles in microtubules, that changes when consciousness fades. That could be our biomarker. Another idea is to look at entanglement, where two particles become linked so that changing one instantly affects the other, no matter the distance. If entanglement happens in the brain and correlates with awareness, that could be another clue. But here's the catch. Finding these biomarkers is tough. We need tools sensitive enough to peek into the brain at the quantum level without disturbing it. Some scientists are exploring advanced imaging techniques, like quantum sensors, to detect these subtle signals. Others are running experiments with brain cells, or even whole organisms to see if quantum effects show up when consciousness is altered. A biomarker would be a game changer. It'd give us a concrete way to test if quantum consciousness is more than just a cool idea. Now let's get to the exciting part. What recent discoveries support or challenge this relationship between quantum physics and consciousness? As of April 2025, the science is buzzing with new findings, and I've dug into the latest research to bring you the scoop. Let's start with the evidence that's got people talking. In September 2024, a groundbreaking study out of Wellesley College made waves. Scientists experimented with rats, giving them an anesthetic called isoflurane to knock them out. Here's the twist. One group of rats also got drugs that stabilize microtubules, while the other didn't. The results were stunning. The rats with stabilized microtubules stayed conscious longer, taking more time to lose their ability to right themselves. This suggests that microtubules play a role in consciousness, and if anesthetics disrupt quantum processes inside them, it could support the OR theory. The researchers think the anesthetic might interfere with electron movements in microtubules, breaking the quantum magic that keeps consciousness going. It's not definitive proof, but it's a big hint that quantum effects might matter. Another discovery came from quantum biology, a field that's exploding right now. In early 2025, studies showed that specific proteins in the brain, like those in microtubules, can maintain quantum coherence longer than we thought, even in warm conditions. This challenges the old decoherence argument and suggests the brain might be a quantum-friendly place after all. Some researchers even found hints of entanglement in living systems, like bacteria, raising the possibility that our neurons could pull off similar tricks. But it's not all smooth sailing for quantum consciousness. There's plenty of skepticism, and recent work has pushed back hard. In March 2025, a team using super-precise quantum simulations argued that the brain's noisy, warm environment would destroy any quantum effects in microseconds, way too fast to influence consciousness. They say classical processes like electrical signals between neurons are enough to explain awareness without invoking quantum weirdness. Another study from late 2024 tested Penrose's idea of objective reduction, the extraordinary collapse he thinks drives consciousness, and found no evidence that it happens in the brain differently than in a lab. These findings don't kill the theory, but they raise challenging questions. So where does this leave us? Let's break it down for someone new to all this. Imagine your brain as a city. In the classical view, it's all about roads and traffic, neurons firing signals like cars moving from place to place. Quantum consciousness adds a wild twist. Maybe there's a hidden subway system where particles zip around in strange, probabilistic ways, connecting everything in an instant. The recent rat study and quantum biology findings are like spotting subway tracks, intriguing clues that there might be more going on. But the skeptics say, hold on, we've mapped this city, and the traffic explains it all. No subway needed. For beginners, here's the path to understanding. Start with the basics of consciousness. It's your awareness, your inner world. Then picture quantum mechanics as the rulebook for tiny things, full of oddities like superposition and entanglement. Quantum consciousness ties them together, suggesting the brain uses these rules to create your mind. Biomarkers are the evidence we're hunting for, and recent discoveries are like puzzle pieces. Some fit the quantum picture, others don't. It's a detective story, and we're still gathering clues. What's next? Scientists are planning more significant experiments. Think brain scans with quantum precision or tests on human neurons grown in labs. If they find a solid biomarker, like a quantum signal that flips on with consciousness and off without it, the debate could shift dramatically. For now, it's an open question, and that's what makes it so exciting. The universe is full of mysteries, and our minds might be one of the wildest. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into quantum consciousness. I hope it sparked your curiosity and maybe even blew your mind a little. What do you think? Could our brains really be quantum machines, or is this just science fiction? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button so we can explore more cosmic questions together. Until next time, keep wondering, and I'll see you in the next video.